Hey y'all, this is really attractive, I know. I'm going to fulfill a request that I've had to show how I apply my Bare Minerals. If you bought the starter kit or any kind of starter kit for Bare Minerals, it comes with a DVD that will show you how to do it. And I stay pretty true to that, but I do have my own little twists and such. So I am going to get started. Now, if you already have the starter kit, then you have some variation of the following, and I'm going to show you what that is, including the brushes, for those of you who don't have Bare Minerals or have something similar, or if you just want to follow along. The first thing I'm going to use is a buffer brush. The second is a fluffy brush, and then I'm going to use a concealer brush. And of course, because I'm using Bare Minerals, I'm going to be using my my foundation, which is in Fairly Light, and also the Popular Mineral Veil, which is amazing. Alright, so when I first unscrew my foundation, what I'm going to do is I want the foundation to be in the cap as opposed to in this little dispenser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew it and see what it looks like. Sometimes if you've been traveling like I have, then it'll kind of do it by itself. But I just kind of hold it upside down, shake it a few times, then turn it back over, and that'll put the Bare Minerals in here and also on here. Now, this is a pretty good amount. I like a lot of coverage even when I'm using my Bare Minerals. So I'm just going to do this number and put more in the cap. And I'd say that about this much is good for me. Depends on what you want from this. And this is going to be for both the original base covering and then as well to be used for concealer. So it goes a long way, but I'm going to use about this much. Next, what I do, I take my buffer brush, which is the first brush that I use, and I swirl it around in the cap, kind of tap it lightly, but I don't do what Bare Minerals suggests that you do by tapping it on the corner. Number one, I feel that's a waste of makeup. Number two, it's messy. It gets everywhere. And number three, it's not really necessary, especially if you want a little bit more coverage. You still want some of the Bare Minerals on your brush. So I'll just tap it in the lid, and then I start anywhere on my face. Ready to go. Now, I'm going to do this in a kind of sweeping motion, but I'm also going to do swirls. That way, the powder gets into every crevice on your face. And then to reload my brush with makeup, I simply just tap it in to the cap. And I do this all over my face. Including on my eyes, so that the skin on my eye is the same tone as the rest of my face. Now for my concealer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this brush, and I'm just going to, here's what I have left in my cap, and it gets kind of caught around the edges. I'm just going to put the brush in there, kind of get some on both sides. The more you get on the brush, obviously, the more coverage you're going to get on your face. And then I'm just going to find my blemishes. I have red areas on my face, which I like to cover up. And Bare Minerals does a great job of it. And so sometimes I just need to run the concealer brush over. And this is like a piece of makeup itself. This brush is amazing. It does exactly what concealer does. I mean, it's almost like this is the makeup. I know that's kind of corny and whatever, but it's true. Alright, so let's just find some blemishes. Alright, so at this point I hope that you've noticed that I only put makeup and Bare Minerals on one side of my face. I wanted to kind of show you the difference. It looks kind of scary, but I wanted to show you what a difference it can make. We have this side which looks even and you know, flawless really. I've covered up all my blemishes, and then this side, ew. So I'm going to finish putting makeup on my face, and you watch. Alright, so I've evened out my face by putting makeup on both sides, and now I'm going to use my mineral veil. Alright, so mineral veil is going to look like this. It's a sheer coverage, so it kind of looks like the color of foundation, but it's not. I'm going to do the same thing I did. This is brand new, so it doesn't have anything on top. I just peeled off the sticker that keeps it from coming into the cap. I'm going to shake it up and down. We'll see. Yeah, I got a lot. Okay. That's what it looks like if you get way too much. That's okay, we'll deal with that later. I'm going to take my fluffy brush and kind of poke it in what I got here. And then I'm going to transfer it to the cap. I'm just going to kind of go like this number right here. And that's going to leave some on my brush, of course, but it's going to put the excess in the cap. And I just did that because I have a lot. I have way too much in this part, so I didn't want to flip it over. But yeah. Okay. I'm just going to run this all over my face. It's great. It makes your face feel great. It sets your makeup. You'll see. It's awesome. And it feels good. Ugh, mineral veil's the best. And because this is sheer coverage, you can use as much as you want, and it's not going to look like anything. Like, you're not going to be able to tell how much you use. It's great stuff. It truly is. Alright, and since I'm kind of doing my face makeup, I'm going to go ahead and put on blush, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm going to use Max Trace Gold, and I'm going to use a Bare Mineral brush. This came in a little compact. I just truly don't have any other blush brushes, and I didn't want to use my one from Clinique because I don't like it at all. It's way too harsh. So I'm just going to sweep over and then put it on this part of my cheek. And when all is said and done, my face is on, and now you know how I do it.